Marysville Bulldogs Coach's Corner, a service of the Citizen State Banks, Darren's Repair, Inline Construction, Dean's Automotive, and Blue Valley Technologies.
Dane's Automotive in Marysville and Waterville has always been your trusted and certified automotive repair shop. But did you know Dane's carries tires? With every major brand and size from pickups, ATVs, trailers, and car tires, Dane's has you covered. Don't wait until the old set gives out. Grab a new set along with balancing, alignments, and front-end work for any make and model. Find Dane's Automotive in Marysville and Waterville online and give them a call to stay on the road, wherever it takes you.
Your new home awaits. Inline Construction can help you design and then build that dream home on your site. Or lots are available at Hartley Ridge in North Marysville. Don't wait. Make today the day you call Inline Construction for a quote at 785-562-5523 or inlineconstruction@yahoo.com.
Our roots are in agriculture. We're local. Many of us were born and raised in the areas that we serve. Because of that, we make our ag decisions right here at the bank. There's no waiting for some out-of-town approval on your loan requests. So rather than planting your seeds in someone else's field, stop by and let's talk. We're here to help you grow. Citizen State Bank, Marysville, Waterville, and Hanover. Member FDIC.
Welcome into the Marysville Bulldogs Coach's Corner program, joined with Tony Trimble, head coach of the Bulldogs. Coach, you fell at Rock Creek 56-7 last Friday. I know we talked beforehand. That was going to be a tough test regardless. So what did you take away from that game? What did you like to see, though, from your team?
Well, I felt like our kids played pretty hard most of the game. They came down, they got the ball first, and went down and scored. And we answered immediately on our first possession as well. Went down, scored, tied it at 7. And then it was really a pretty close game. It was 14-7 most of the first half. And then right before half, we had some bad breaks and things that we keep talking about over and over again. And they got 2 quick scores on us, again, mostly because of our own mistakes. But that kind of put us behind the 8 ball. And then we came out and scored again in the second half and kind of made it a little closer again. Then just kind of things didn't go well for a few series. And Rock Creek's a very good football team. They made some good plays. They ran the ball very well. They threw the ball very well. They're a hard team to defend. I was very proud of the way we moved the ball on them, though. Probably one of our best offensive nights of the year.
I think we had talked about this the last couple weeks, but, especially there in that first quarter, being able to kind of hang with them and then just learning from those things that you called, those mistakes that you have internally for those younger kids moving forward, next year and years forward. How important is that to go back, rewatch the film, say, we cleaned this up. It's a different story moving forward.
Well, that's always important. I mean, I'm a believer that film is one of the best teaching tools there is because kids can actually see their mistakes instead of just try to remember how they saw that play in their mind. So it shows them the things that we can correct. And I think our kids have done a really good job of fixing things this year. We're getting better at all the things we've talked about all year, Max, and the consistency and just the little things here and there. It's just that I feel like we are just some weeks behind where we should be at this point in the season.
Well, and that makes sense. I know, after the season that you had last year, the kids that you left and the new ones stepping into that, I'm sure it's taken some time to find that rhythm, not only on the field for them, but for you as a coach or you as a coaching staff to get everyone in the right position.
Absolutely, and then you got to deal with the injuries and the things that change that look and that lineup every week. And so it's a struggle, but to me, that's one of the exciting things about coaching is trying to figure out how to get the most out of your kids, what you can do to make them be more successful, and just moving all the pieces and parts around, the strategy of it, and how you figure out what's going to work best for your team.
I think you used a word there. It's a big puzzle at the end of the season trying to get it fit. And you also used another word there, injuries. I got to ask, are you, hopefully healthy going in here to the final 2 weeks?
Well, Sam Schmidt's got a knee injury late in the game against Rock Creek. And we'll see where he's at. I'm sure he's probably out for this week. He's still pretty dang sore. we're hoping for the best. We'll see where that takes us. But other than that, we're pretty healthy for this time of year. There's always those bumps and bruises that everybody deals with that can be nagging, but they're things that you can deal with.
And I feel like those are things too, year in and year out. One year you're really healthy. The next year it kind of goes the other way with it. And it seems like if it hasn't been one thing, it's been another thing this year for your team. Now you do have an opportunity coming up Friday, a home game versus Chapman. They come in winless just like you guys. So I don't want to focus on that per se, but let's focus on Chapman real quick. What are you needing to do to come out with a win in that one and focus on Keon, I guess, to get a victory?
Chapman was a lot like us last year. They were a young team with some growing pains and building. And they got a lot of those kids back this year. And they're a lot better team than they were last year. I believe that. And they're very physical. They're going to run the ball well. So we're going to have to do a good job on defense. They've played the same opponents we have, and they've been able to score more points on those opponents than we have. So it's definitely nothing we can overlook. For sure, just because of their record. But, I do believe that if we go out and play like we did at times on Friday night against Rock Creek, that we have a very good chance to be successful this week.
And last one here for you, Tony, but you mentioned something there about the record. Yeah, I'm looking at it here, only a 4-point loss to Abilene, 1 to Riley County, 10 to Smith Center. Close games, but dealing with high school kids, they see another 0-6 record. Something in the brain just goes, this will be, I don't want to call it a cakewalk, but it flips something in there. So how do you make sure that this week at practice and then going into Friday night, your team is focused, prepared, comes out, and competes in that first quarter?
Well, we've already had several talks about that exact thing. You can't look at their record. Talked about the fact that they have had closer games with some of the similar common opponents that we've had, and they're going to be in the same boat we are. They're wanting to get their first victory of the season. So I really feel like our kids will respond to that. They know that this is nobody they can overlook. And, our kids have been great all year, but I think the fact that maybe they see a chance to get that first W on the board might get them a little more excited and get them ready to play a little bit better.
I think you hit it there on the end there, an opportunity to see what you're made of, but also, realizing that you do need to come to work every day this week and then come out to work Friday night. I wish you luck in that game versus Chapman. Again, talking with Tony Trimble, head coach of the Marysville Bulldogs. As always, I appreciate the time this season, Tony, and we'll look forward to doing it again next week.
All right. Thank you, Max. I appreciate it.
Sometimes the simplest ways just work the best. When you need automotive repair or service, call Darren Svoboda with Darren's Auto Repair. You'll get an experienced mechanic that you can trust to do the job right the first time. When you call, you'll talk with a mechanic, not an appointment advisor. He'll work to get your job in and out and get you back on the road. Always putting the customer first. Darren works to let you choose how much or how little repair work you actually need. Ask around. His reputation speaks for itself. Darren Svoboda with Darren's Auto Repair. A little out of the way in the alley at 604 Oak Street in Marysville, but sure worth finding. Call Darren 562-7745.
Donut Day is coming! Donut Day? What's that? Free donuts for Blue Valley customers.
October is National Cooperative Month, and Blue Valley Technologies is here to celebrate. Swing by on Friday, October 24th, before work or school for donuts, coffee, and hot apple cider. Drive through our west parking lot from 7 to 10 a.m. The first 25 people through get a free stocking hat.
Marysville Bulldogs Coaches Corner, a service of the Citizen State Banks, Darren's Repair, Inline Construction, Dean's Automotive, and Blue Valley Technology.